He was always afraid of English. Not because it was a difficult language, but because the world around him had taught him that English wasn't meant for people like him. Raj was born in a small village in India. The school he went to had no proper blackboard, let alone an English teacher who could actually speak English. The word grammar sounded like punishment. The alphabets were foreign, lifeless shapes written on faded paper. As a boy, Raj sat in the last row, silently mouthing the words that others said confidently. He didn't know what they meant, and he didn't dare to ask. Because asking would mean laughter, shame, and worst of all, being exposed. As the years passed, English became the line that divided his world. Those who spoke it went ahead. And he stayed behind. He failed interviews, missed promotions, felt invisible in meetings. Every time someone said, "Raj, can you speak in English?" he would freeze. Not because he didn't know the words, but because he had never believed he was allowed to speak them. The next morning, he took out an old grammar book buried in his shelf. The pages were yellow. The ink had faded. But the letters were still there, waiting for him. He began with A, B, C. Then, I am. You are. He is. He downloaded English learning apps. Started watching English cartoons, not movies, cartoons. Because they spoke slowly. He read children's books. Simple ones. With pictures. He would say, "My name is Raj. I want to learn English." At first, it felt like he was pretending. But the more he repeated the lines, the more they felt like his own. Raj joined an evening spoken English class. Everyone there was young, teenagers, college students, new job seekers. He was the only one with gray hair and a notebook full of hope. On the first day, he sat in the corner. Quiet. Listening. When the teacher asked him to introduce himself, he stood up, his hands shaking. My name Raj. I am 40 years. I learn English." The class was silent. Then someone chuckled. Not loudly. But enough. Raj sat down, his ears burning with shame. That night, he told himself, maybe this was a mistake. But he went back. The next day. And the next. And the teacher said, "You are slow, but you are brave." That one sentence made him come back again. In that class was a young girl named Mira. She noticed Raj. Not because he spoke well, but because he tried. One day, when they had to work in pairs, she chose him. He said, No. I not speak good." She smiled, "That's why I'm choosing you." She taught him 5 new words every day. Helped him practice small conversations. And every time he got something right, she'd say, "See? You're better than yesterday." For the first time, Raj didn't feel alone. At home, Raj turned his wall mirror into a classroom. He would stand in front of it, shoulders straight, and say, "Good morning. My name is Raj. I am learning English. I am not perfect. But I am trying." He watched English movies with subtitles. Paused them. Repeated the lines. His family laughed sometimes. "Why are you talking to the mirror?" But Raj kept going. He stuck flashcards all over his house. Fridge, this is a refrigerator. Door, open the door. Window, look outside. His world became an English dictionary. And then one night, he dreamt in English. Just one word, believe. It happened on a random Tuesday. A foreign couple was standing outside a metro station, looking confused. People passed them by. No one stopped. Raj saw them from a distance. His heart raced. He walked up slowly. He said, "Can I help you?" They turned. Smiled. The man replied, "Yes, please. We're trying to find this hotel." Raj listened. Understood half. Guessed the rest. He guided them the right way, using broken sentences, gestures, and courage. When they thanked him, he said, "Welcome. Have, good day." That evening, he told Mira. "I spoke English. It was not perfect. But they smiled." That night, he opened his old phone. Hit record. And said, "My name is Raj. I'm 40. I'm learning English. And one day, I will teach it to the world." He hasn't gone viral. He hasn't built a course. He isn't fluent. Yet. But for the first time in 40 years, he spoke without fear. And that changed everything. The video was shaky. Raj held his old phone at arm's length. He stood near the window, the curtain behind him fluttering. He cleared his throat. Then, with nervous energy, he hit record. "Hello, my name is Raj. I am learning English. I am 40 years old. If I can do, maybe, you can also." He posted the video on YouTube. The title was, "Learning English at 40, My First Try." He didn't expect anything. He wasn't chasing fame. He just wanted to speak, without shame. Days passed. No likes. No comments. But he kept uploading. Every evening, after work, he would sit at his small desk, script a short video. How to say good morning, 5 simple sentences, mistakes I made while speaking. The videos were raw. Unedited. Full of emotion. But they were real. And slowly, people started to notice. Then came the trolls. "This guy's accent is horrible. Go learn before you teach." Embarrassing. Raj read them all. Each word stung like a slap. For one full day, he didn't record anything. He stared at his phone and wondered, am I a joke? But then, he saw one comment. Just one. It read, "Sir, I am 38. I thought it was too late. But you gave me hope. Thank you." That comment made him cry. Because it was never about being perfect, it was about being possible. Raj whispered, "If I helped even one person, then it's worth it." And he hit record again. Raj began teaching exactly how he learned, simply. He didn't use fancy grammar. He didn't talk fast. He didn't wear suits or use green screens. He made videos like, "How I learned to say, I am fine. Don't say, myself Raj, say this instead. Easy English for auto drivers, shopkeepers, and fathers like me." He used his own mistakes as examples. Don't be afraid if you say, I has instead of, I have. I did it too. What matters is, you keep saying it till you get it right. People loved it. Because Raj wasn't a teacher from a textbook, he was one of them. One video changed everything. Title, "It's Never Too Late to Learn English." It was just Raj speaking directly into the camera. "I am not young. I am not fluent. But I speak anyway. Because I have something to say. You think you are too old. Too slow. Too shy. Let me tell you. English is not a talent. English is practice. Patience. And belief." Within a week, the video crossed 100,000 views. People from India, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and even Brazil started commenting. "I cried watching this. Sir, I am 50. I'm starting today. You made me believe again." Raj wasn't just learning English now. He was giving people their voice back. One day, he got an email. It was from an online education summit. A global event featuring English educators from 20-plus countries. They wanted Raj to be a guest speaker. He read the email 5 times, just to be sure it was real. The theme was, the future of language learning. When it was his turn to speak, Raj sat at his desk, wore a clean shirt, and looked into his webcam. He spoke slowly. Clearly. Without big words. But every sentence came from the heart. I don't have a degree in English. I don't know every grammar rule. But I know how it feels, to stay silent in a room full of people because of shame. I know how it feels, to have something to say, but no words to say it. And that is why I teach. Not perfect English. But brave English. The chat box exploded with claps, tears, and thank you messages. After the summit, people asked him, "Do you have a course?" He didn't. But he decided to build one, just like his journey. He divided it into 3 levels. I know nothing. I can try. I can speak now. The course had simple lessons. How to speak at a shop. How to introduce yourself in an interview. How to talk to your child's teacher. He priced it low. It wasn't about money. He got 17 students on day 1. By day 30, he had 1,200. Students from villages, towns, and even foreign countries. He would get messages like, "Sir, I spoke to a tourist today. I introduced myself at work. I read my first English book." Raj realized, he hadn't just created a course. He had created courage. Years passed. Raj's YouTube channel grew to millions. His website now offers free and paid lessons. He interviews people who also learned late in life. He builds a global community of late bloomers. He speaks at universities. Writes a book titled, It's Never Too Late. He still doesn't speak perfect English. But his voice is clear. Warm. Real. And that matters more. One day, he stands in front of a hall full of students. All ages. All background.